Hey there, today I am helping you find the best luggage to carry on the airplane. It is carry-on luggage, and I'm going to help you find the best one with 4 easy tips. Whether you fly domestically or internationally, these 4 tips will help you find the best carry-on luggage by comparing and reviewing 3 different ones that I use and that I found in a department store to help you make the best choice. Now, when I say carry-on luggage, I mean a suitcase that can be carried on an airplane or rolled on an airplane, a travel duffel bag, a rollaboard, which is what we have. There are different names for the rolling suitcases that can be carried on major airplanes these days. Most families and business travelers are choosing carry-on suitcases these days because it helps them skip the long lines in ticketing to check their bag, and it helps them not have to pay the baggage fee. The number 4 travel tip for finding the best carry-on luggage is size. Size does matter to 3 of the major airlines out there. The size dimensions for a carry-on suitcase or piece of luggage is 22 by 19 by 14 inches or 56 by 36 by 23 centimeters. Delta, American, and United Airlines all say that carry-on suitcases must fit in the bag sizer, and that's at the ticketing counter as well as at the airplane gate. If it is more stuffed than you are after Thanksgiving dinner, then you will probably have to pay to have it checked in the belly of the airplane. In my 17 years, I've only had to put my suitcase in the bag sizer 3 different times, and I've never had to check it because it was too full or too stuffed. All of the airlines do say that you have to have 22 inches or less in order to carry on this piece of luggage, and that's including the handles and the wheels. I ran into TJ Maxx and looked for carry-on suitcases that were less than 22 inches, and there are so many options, but I only found 1, maybe 2, a Samsonite suitcase and Swiss gear, but I didn't even like the Swiss gear, but those are maybe the top 2 I would have chosen out of all of the ones they had available at TJ Maxx. And if you are looking for a suitcase that's like 19 inches long, don't even buy it for the airplane. The handle is too short for you. Even as a 5'5" height woman, it's not even enough space on the inside for a carry-on suitcase. The 3rd tip to finding the best carry-on luggage is to look at the shape of your suitcase. This Travel Pro one that a lot of airline crews do use is completely shaped in a triangle. This one by Samsonite is a triangle. Did I just say triangle? I mean rectangle. This suitcase is rectangular shaped, but it still lips up a little at the edge. And my son's also does that. His lips over right here, and you've got about 4 inches, and up here it lips over, which takes up space when you are trying to fill that suitcase full. When you are filling your suitcase full, you want to be able to fill it all the way up and then have some more room to stuff it if you need to, right? So if it's capped on one of the sides, you can't come straight up. You've got to lose that space and then you can start expanding, if that makes sense. I do prefer a soft-sided luggage instead of the plastic or metal or hard shell suitcases for carry-on luggage, because this can squish in the overhead bin if it is so stuffed full with mashed potatoes and gravy from Thanksgiving. It is so stuffed that you can squish it just a little bit to get it in that overhead bin, as well as the bag sizer, and then be exempt from paying the check bag fee. With the hard shell, metal, hard plastic, micro, whatever, tanzanite, it is not going to budge when you are trying to squish it. You can see that the 2 22-inch size suitcases are about the size of the bulk toilet paper that we buy at Costco. If you're wanting to look for your suitcase in person, I recommend taking a little measuring tape, because you are going to measure the fill space, not the length from the wheels to the handles. You're going to see how many inches less it is of a suitcase based on how far the wheels come off. This says it's 22 inches by Travel Pro, but the actual fill space that I can put all of my clothes in is 21.5 inches. This suitcase that I got from TJ Maxx, the best one that I found at TJ Maxx, based on our experience, is 21 inches, and it does have 21 inches of fill space minus this little lip that comes over right here. So it is comparable in size and shape. By the way, welcome to my channel. My name is Laurie and I am in Houston, Texas. My husband works for an airline here, and we have had 17 years of travel benefits to travel the globe so that you won't have a worry in the world with all of our tips. All three of these guys will be linked below in the description box, and you can find that by clicking show more or clicking the upside down triangle if you're watching this on your phone. And while you're down there, don't forget to introduce yourself and say hello. They're all three good suitcases, but they all have different features, which leads us to the number 2 tip to finding the best carry-on luggage, and that is the features of your suitcase. I really like, since I get cold on airplanes, having a large outer pocket. This pocket, as well as the Samsonite one, only come out like that. So you're not opening the entire suitcase pocket right there, but you can stuff a heavy winter coat down there or a hoodie, like a hooded sweatshirt. And one thing that I do, a little travel tip that I use, is I don't put on my belt until I have gone through airport security. So I keep my belt down in here. I keep my jewelry that I'm gonna wear in here. Another feature that luggage should have on the outside is a little pocket. Now this one has one right here. These are not 3 pockets right here. They're just texture. It does have a zipped pocket, which is great. You can hide things and protect things, secure things. My suitcase has the pocket on the inside, and that's where I store my passport just until I grab my bag, until I get to my bench to get my bag organized and put on my shoes again, put on my belt and my jewelry. Then I can transfer that passport to my person or my other travel bag or my personal item. We got my son's suitcase at Target, and it has lasted us 5 years as well. It is much smaller than mine, but he has fewer things that he cares about taking. But zippers are another major key feature to finding the best luggage. I like metal zippers. I like them not too long, not too short. I like the rubber tipped zippers. And you also want to look at what is connecting or attaching the zipper to the actual metal, and that quality is majorly important. You don't want a little bitty key ring, thin piece of metal. You want solid metal attaching that zipper to the actual teeth of your zipper, if that makes sense. I did find one at TJ Maxx, and it was awful. It was sharp and pointy, very heavy, and the zipper also was really long. It was just too high maintenance. So I recommend short, sweet, smooth, all the way around kind of zippers. I also recommend, if you're buying a cheap off-brand luggage that's super cute on the outside and they hooked you in by the totally cute fabric, I recommend that you try the zipper out all the way around, do it fast and do it slowly to see the quality of that zipper. Another feature to look for when finding the best carry-on luggage is to look at the handle. The luggage handle is great. This is flat, it's combined, it's seamless, that's really nice. But this is what I want you to notice. If you are right-handed, you're gonna be picking up your suitcase like that to put it in the overhead bin. You need a handle on the left-hand side. So if you're looking down at your suitcase, that other handle should be on the left-hand side, because when you are lifting it up, it is so hard to lift up a suitcase, no matter how much weight you've done with just your right hand. And I do not recommend, although most suitcases, it's really good if you do have a handle on the bottom, but those aren't the only 2 you want, because if you're in an airplane and you have to grab the bottom of your suitcase handle, you're gonna be squatting in that airplane all the way to the bottom of the floor to pick up all of your suitcase and lift it all the way over your head to fit it in the overhead bin. All of these suitcases have a handle here and on this left-hand side. I also recommend looking for the expandable feature on your luggage. This Samsonite, as well as my Travel Pro, has an extra section that is expandable. The Travel Pro one is quite large if you want to expand it. It's several inches, probably another 4 inches that I can expand just that inner side. And I will tell you what I use inside this expandable section. I pack 2 or 3 pairs of shoes. I pack hardback books. You can fit so much extra stuff in just this section of your suitcase if it has an expandable section, leaving more space in the base of your suitcase. So this is a very valuable feature to look for. Let me know in the comments if you even care about the little straps that are in the base of your suitcase that actually buckle. I don't think very many people care about that feature inside a suitcase. The number 1 travel tip to finding the best carry-on luggage is to look at the wheels. In TJ Maxx, all of the wheels were just free hanging like this. Nowadays, when you get up to your gate and you are fixing to board that airplane, they are going to say, oh, the airplane's full because of all of the extra heavy coats in the winter and because of all the people who are bringing on their free suitcases and personal items. And you still have 60 people behind you in line, and now you have to check your carry-on suitcase. This is going to go in the belly of the airplane, which is not bad for wheels that hang off like this, but it's when they go underneath the airport through and to the baggage claim when it has the most chance of ripping off, of those wheels getting ripped off. I want you to look at my Travel Pro wheels. It's almost as if they're built into the base of the suitcase. They are a little bit wide, but they're not hanging free. A couple of them did have a wall, kind of like this one, a wall that would maybe protect the wheel, but again, it's hanging completely off of the suitcase. It's not nestled anywhere in there. Another reason why I think checking the wheels is the number 1 tip to finding the best luggage is because if you are traveling to Europe or Washington, D.C. and are going on a subway system with your suitcases, you need durable wheels that can go upstairs, up escalators, over huge potholes in the sidewalks. I have taken this suitcase several times to Paris, the streets of Paris, and my wheels have done fine. There are some pretty rugged roads. There's so much to think about when you're trying to find the best carry-on luggage. Be sure to read the fine print of your airline. I was shocked to find out that American Airlines would consider deer antlers a carry-on item, and they would have to pay $150 to put that inside the airplane on their person. That means they could not take a carry-on suitcase because that is their carry-on item. Now they only have space for a personal item, which is not a suitcase. I also thought it was odd but good if a soft-sided garment bag is considered a carry-on. So therefore you cannot take a carry-on suitcase. You only can take a personal item because most of the major airlines you get a carry-on item and then a personal bag. A stroller, however, does not count as a carry-on. That can be the 3rd item that you bring. There are several cool items that the airlines do allow, so check out that fine print. And be a smart traveler and take the stress out of your vacation before it even begins. Thanks again for visiting my Travel Tips by Laura YouTube channel. Be sure to introduce yourself below and say hello. Safe travels, y'all.